So with that said, I'd like to begin the open discussion and pose the question again. So what age do you think children should learn about sex and why?
Maybe like, I don't know, we enter middle school, like 6th grade, because it seems like you're like mature enough kind of to start understanding what it is, I guess. And like in elementary school it doesn't seem like we'll be having sex, but in middle school is definitely a possibility.
I think we should just not teach them and get everybody chastity belts.
Okay. Oh yeah, go on. We watched our sex ed video in 5th grade.
Like
Do you think that's good?
Or
Or do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's good or too early?
Or do you think it was too early
Or
to
too late?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I don't know, I'd say about 6th or 7th grade or something. But I think it needs to be continued to learn, not just like, oh, here's all this information, now we're done teaching you.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we had a class 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Yeah.
All about sex.
We only had it in 5th grade, it stopped.
Yeah, it's like.
It was literally what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
one
class.
class, one health.
One day.
Yeah, it was like, it was literally.
Yeah, it was one day, that's what we did, we watched videos.
It was terrible. So,
Yeah.
No, we first learned it, we had like the first class in like 5th grade, and then up into like freshman in high school, I guess, we had like some sort of class, and then like every year it kind of got more in depth, so I feel like that's not a bad idea to start, like, it's like earlier they just talked about like, you might find a change in your bodies, and then they start like, habits like in like 8th, 9th grade, so I feel like doing that, making like a gradual learning curve is probably good.
Like in 6th grade, we had to watch a video of a live birth, which was very scary. So, that kind of worked.
Okay. So do you guys think that society generally looks down more on single teen mothers or single adult mothers? Do you think there's a difference in the way society looks at them? Anybody want to elaborate?
I think that they tend to look more poorly on the teen mothers because people assume that if you're a single adult mother that you were married at one point and then got divorced and now you're a single mom. And that it's okay that you have a baby when you're married.
Learn financially, but adults are more financially stable to take care of that child, whether a teen mom is going to be looking towards their parents to support them, basically.
Anyone? That's not always necessarily true though, because there's a lot of like single adult mothers that struggle, like, and they have programs to help them too. But I would definitely say that society looks more down on the teen moms.
No. Okay. What would you think if or when you found out a peer was pregnant?
Well, I mean, I'm 21, so my friends aren't teens anymore, but, I mean, my friend just found out she was pregnant, and then my other friend had like a 1.5-year-old, and she had hers when she was like 19, so I guess she was teen, but it was definitely shocking. Because it's like, it always seems like it's that friend that you never expected to happen to. Right.
Anybody else, or anybody that knew anyone in high school that was pregnant? And when you guys found out, maybe like, your senior year or junior year, girls getting pregnant, do you ever think of them differently or thought of them in a certain way?
Like we didn't have like any really teen pregnancies at our little Catholic school. We're all good Catholic girls. But there was one of my friends, she actually got pregnant towards the year, like the summer we graduated. So she kind of dropped off from the face of the planet. So now one of my friends just got invited to her baby shower, and I mean, you kind of never would expect her to get pregnant. It's kind of that but I don't know. I think the majority of us were sad for her because she was going to go to Ohio State and she had a really great boyfriend, and I don't know. I think we were sad that it kind of went that way, but. And I think a lot of us wanted to be supportive of her, but she kind of closed herself off. So so we couldn't be, so.
Alright. The next question
Wait.
is, oh, another.
There was a junior or senior in my high school that would always come into Spanish class with her bouncy ball,
I remember.
and she would sit on it. And we just thought it was hilarious. As soon as she left the room, we'd start cracking up. But I do feel bad for her.
Oh,
But it was
that on
funny.
your bouncy ball, like.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
was-
was like,
she would
I
just
thought you
move
said she had a
the
bouncy ball.
She would just move the desk and she would sit on like those things. Yeah.
Why?
Is that for
She's
like?
Because like supposedly it helps the baby
Yeah, it
like
helps you.
sleep.
Oh, she was
Because it
pregnant.
like rocks.
Anybody else? I've actually known a lot of people that faked their pregnancy in high school to get attention. So it's crazy that some people haven't seen it, just, faked it, and everyone's like, oh my god, you're pregnant, and they're like, oh, I lost the baby a couple months later, just to get the attention. Or they're like, oh, or they got in a fight, oh, don't punch me in my stomach because I'm pregnant, like all these crazy things. Some girls, it depends on where you're coming from or who you've met, but some girls are a lot dramatic, really dramatic about things. Okay, the next question is, what would you do if you found out that you were pregnant or that your girlfriend was pregnant?
I would cry. I would be so.
I would run.
Well, that's nice.
I would be
Run
so.
where? Out the country?
I don't know. I would just feel like disappointed in myself because I know my parents would be really disappointed in me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think like my parents have talked, like we're very, like they're open, like they've always been like talking to me about sex, so they would be like, really Shannon went through this, like.
Anybody else?
I don't know, like with, I don't know, I feel like I'm older and I'm old enough to start maybe having kids. So I would probably be happy because like a lot of, like, not like, it's not like I wanna have kids, but if I get pregnant, then like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I'm 17, 18, I'm irresponsible, I can't have a child now. Then like, I feel like I'm more of an adult, so I would be like, have to take on that responsibility.
Right. Do you think it affect your school at all?
It might a little bit. I know it definitely affected my friends
Yeah.
when they got pregnant, but I don't know. I would try to make it not. Is what I would do.
What about guys? What if your girlfriend got pregnant at this time, or a girl you slept with got pregnant? Maybe how would you
Your child or
react?
another person's
Your child.
Well, yeah, if you got a girl pregnant, whether she was your girlfriend or not, just found out that someone you slept with got pregnant and it was unplanned. How would you react to that? Maybe.
Shoot myself.
Maybe in a more literal way. How would you really react? Probably kill yourself.
Take a little shape.
It'd be scary.
I'd probably start crying.
Would you
It would
feel
not
like
be-
you'd be ready to step up, or do you feel like it'd be something hard to handle?
No.
It'd be hard to
I can
get
handle it,
children.
but it's just not what I want, because I know it mess everything else up.
Anybody else?
I think if I got pregnant, my boyfriend would like do whatever I wanted, but he'd probably push towards of like getting rid of it some way, like either for adoption or like abortion. But I just don't think like we'd be ready for somebody like 19 or whatever. So he'd probably just be like, yeah, supportive, but yeah, you should get rid of it or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. Well, I think like I wouldn't know what to do because my parents would totally not be supportive at all. Like I know that they would like kick me out and I definitely would not be allowed to go back home. So I wouldn't even know like what to do. That's why Julian had the best idea. As far as I'd be able to take that.
It's my day.
Because I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't even be able to take care of the kid.
Okay, do you guys think media affects teen pregnancy, like influences girls or people to go out and try to get pregnant, or do you think it's just television for enjoyment?
There was actually a news article that I read like a while ago about this like phenomenon about how girls are trying to get on the show 16 and pregnant. And it was like a complete, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's just like a lot.
Yeah, it was like it was just horrible, like this new thing that girls are trying to do to get famous.
Like my mom, she like ever since 16 and Pregnant came on, and Teen Mom, she like makes me watch it with her. So she's like, this is what happens if you're pregnant. She's like, so you better be smart. So like, I think that affects me, like being smart and like knowing about like prevention and things like that. So I think it might like affect me in a positive way.
So in a sense, it kind of educates you.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be.
While entertaining me. So.
Epidemic.
I was gonna say, even this morning, I seen a status, this girl said in the 90s when a girl got pregnant, she would say, oh my god, my life was ruined, and now when a girl gets pregnant, she says, oh my god, I want to try out for MTV.
Yeah.
And it just shows that even within this decade, because of that show, it's just totally changed from like, oh, it's ruining my life to, oh, it's okay, I can be glamorous and go on MTV. It's just crazy how it changed.
The one girl goes to MCC, doesn't she? One
Caitlin?
of the girls from Team Mom goes to Macomb Community.
Caitlin and
yeah.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to my high school.
They went to Bible high school.
Really?
Yeah, well, they
Might be a little disconnect.
they went
Their
to like a
adoption-
school behind my high school, like double wide.
Dawn, that's why, soccer coach's mom.
Ladies, we have time for one more question.
That's his mom.
Okay.
For one more
So our final question is, what do you think the best mode of preventing pregnancy?
Abstinence.
Condoms.
Condoms?
Well, condoms are 85%.
I thought they were 95%.
Correctly. What is it?
If used correctly, meaning you apply it right, which means it has that little thing in the back.
Oh.
I think the best mode of preventing pregnancy is to be informed. Have them be informed